Hey guys.
Hey.
You guys have a very interesting working relationship. At least I find it fascinating. I think
it's great.
A lot of people do. In one of the comic collections, Jerry wrote that you guys had only ever seriously fought, not talked to each other for a long time, just really angry, only 3 times.
That's true.
And one of them was about religion, apparently, and the other 2 were about, I believe, Duke Nukem 3D. And
Is that shameful?
What's that?
Is that shameful that our biggest fights are about God, the existence of God, and Duke Nukem?
Well, they're roughly on the same level, cosmologically.
But I was just wondering if you could go into a little bit more detail, maybe a short story or something. That's very, I have nothing but fond memories of Duke Nukem 3D, so I don't know what caused you guys to fight. It's interesting.
I don't know. I won a lot. Like a lot. Oh, I'm a bad winner.
He's a horrible... No, he's not just a bad winner, he's a bad player. You saw what happened. It doesn't matter what game you're playing. If you're like, hey Jerry, you want to play Street Fighter? He's like, yeah, I'm going to bend you over and fuck you up the ass. And you're like, okay, well I just wanted to play Street Fighter. And then while you're playing, he's like, oh, what do you think of that shit? I'll open your mouth, take it all. And like, I missed it.
That's not a quote. That's not a direct quote.
Street Fighter, man. It was probably 6 or 7 years ago where I just decided I cannot play games with him. Because I'll choke him.
On opposite teams.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I will choke him. Amen. Yeah, so that's been resolved by us not competing anymore.
Yeah, we just agreed that if we were going to continue to know each other, and that the murder factor would be diminished if we did not try to openly create scenarios of that kind.
Yeah.
Sounds good, thanks.
Thank you.
In your opinions, what, in the job market of today, what is the most important game-related skill to gaining a competitive advantage?
Wow.
Well, all the people that we know in the industry, that have been friends of ours that have actually traveled through the ranks, have done it one of 2 ways. They've been hired up out of Q&A. So they, like our friend Jeff, worked at Nintendo answering people's tips on Zelda for years, and then eventually he ended up at their Treehouse, which is sort of like a game consultation firm that exists inside of Nintendo. It's a really neat job, and he came up from the phones. The other route, everyone else that we know that works in the industry had an incredible portfolio. It's just that today the portfolio takes so many shapes. A lot of times you'll get hired, look at what Valve does. They'll look at your mod or they'll look at your college project and then they make a place for you in their organization. But it doesn't just happen at Valve. Working hard on a mod proves a lot of things to a developer. And also, at the same time, it helps you flex your skills and it acts as an incredible portfolio. So those are the 2 ways that we know of.
Okay, so where does trash talking fall in there?
I'm not sure that's a sellable skill.
Certainly you don't want to do it in the interview.
Yeah.
Last real quick thing, would you consider Ben Yahtzee as a keynote speaker?
We have actually before. We were going to get him for 2008, but then he had just done GDC.
Right. He had just done GDC, and we had a chance to get Ken Levine in from Irrational, obviously Bioshock, System Shock, and we thought that would be really cool. But he's still on the short list of people that we'll pull in. And obviously, when we started PAX on the East Coast, we wanted to have Will Wheaton to sort of inaugurate, the show over on this side. But he's on a very short list of people we want to do that.
Okay, thank you, gentlemen.
Yeah. See you, man.
Hey guys, just want to say thanks for bringing us to the East Coast.
No sweat. Well, not a sweat here, but
I think it was brought up Friday, but if you would consider maybe doing a PAX South, I don't know how many of us here are below.
I've heard this often in the
PAX Nashville, PAX Atlanta. This would be
Pretty soon,
welcome
PAX
there.
is just going to be like a train, like a circus train. Just pull into your city, unfold the tents.
But I was alive for this.
Yeah.
we'll have fun rides, we'll sell elixirs.